Hey, what's up, everybody? Joe Francisco here. And in this episode, I'm going to be talking about vulnerability, the importance of being vulnerable in relationships, and how to be more vulnerable in your relationships. And this goes to all kinds of relationships, not just your romantic partner, but your friends, your family, and the relationship with yourself as well. I feel like a lot of times, many people, including myself, I have experienced this with this as well. I've always felt like I've struggled to open up to people, struggled to open up to them about any obstacles I'm facing, any issues or negative thoughts I'm having, or just struggles in general. You know, especially as a man, I feel like men were supposed to portray this feeling of, or this image of always having things figured out, always being strong, always being confident. So a lot of times, men especially, but I know women do this as well, we suppress those feelings, those negative feelings, those doubts, those fears, anything that we're struggling with, depression, sadness. You know, we bottle it up and we put it away, or we try to deal with them ourselves, by ourselves, and we don't really ask for help from anyone. And a lot of times we don't even ask for help from our partners, you know, our romantic partners, those people who are supposed to be there for us no matter what, for whatever reason, whether it's pride or ego. I know I've done this, and you know, we just bottle it up, we push it aside, we don't express it, we don't share it, and we're not vulnerable enough with the people who we love, the people who love us, when really we should be most vulnerable with these people. We should be opening up to these people. We should almost see them as our own personal therapists. They know us the best, they love us the most, and they are always there with love and care and wanting to help us. So who better to open up to? Who is better to be vulnerable with than those closest to us, like our romantic partner, like our close family and our friends? You know, so I encourage you to really dig deep, and in those moments of fear, of doubt, of sadness, of depression, of struggle, of obstacles, those are the times where we need to be the most vulnerable. And I'm working on this myself. It's not something that just easily happens. You know, it's almost like you have to overcome it each time it comes up, each time the triggers come up. You know, let the triggers lead the way. That's when we need to step up and be more vulnerable with our partners, with our friends, with our family. So some ways to be more vulnerable is to just ask for help. You know, even small things like, oh, can you help me move this? Or can you help me with this thought that I'm having? Or can you help me, you know, can you just listen to me? I don't even want advice or need advice. I just need someone to listen to me, and that's going to make me feel better. So asking for help is a great way to be more vulnerable. And it can be little things from like, can you help me? Can you pick me up from this place? Or can you drive me here? That's a moment of vulnerability. Obviously, different moments and situations are going to be more intense than others, but it's those really intense times where we're feeling the need to just bottle things up, feel the need to close off because we don't know how to deal with things. We don't want to express it to our partners or friends or family. We don't want to seem weak. We don't want to seem vulnerable. Those are the most important times to be vulnerable, to open up, to express how we're feeling. So definitely, you know, express how you're feeling, ask for help. Those are all great ways to be vulnerable. And, you know, I made a video recently about having tough conversations in relationships and the importance of having tough conversations in relationships. And this kind of goes hand in hand with being vulnerable and the importance of being vulnerable, because when you have those tough conversations, when you are opening up and being vulnerable to your partner, you're putting yourself out there, or they're putting themselves out there to you. And it creates this opportunity to be closer. Yes, it creates an opportunity for conflict. Maybe, you know, it's going to trigger them or trigger you more having this conversation, and things can get a bit emotional or heated up. But even though it's an opportunity for triggers to come up and for things to get heated, it's also an opportunity for healing. It's also an opportunity to become closer to one another, to understand one another, and to really overcome that obstacle, that fear, that doubt, that negative thought, whatever you're going through together as a team, instead of, doing it by yourself or closing off and leaving your partner or your friend or your family in the dark. So it's definitely an opportunity to be closer together, come together, and really strengthen that bond. So I do encourage you to be more vulnerable, to express your emotions more freely, especially the tough ones, to ask for help, whether it's just someone to listen to you or someone to help you, shift that mindset or overcome a specific obstacle or issue. Be more vulnerable with the people that you love, and you'll see that those things that we were most scared of, when we were most scared of being vulnerable, we were most scared of them seeing us in weakness, those are actually the most important times and the most magical times where we actually find strength and we become stronger from it. So this is a video to remind you, but also to remind myself to be more vulnerable with yourself, be more vulnerable with the people that are in your life, whether it's a romantic partner or friends or family or even your boss and colleagues. That's a little bit different, but it goes to the same way, right? Like if you're vulnerable and you open up to how you're feeling and you have concerns about something, or you're just, you want to express yourself, if those people pull away and shame you for it, or make you feel like shit, or like a boss or colleague, if that makes that relationship even worse, well, that's a sign that maybe these people aren't good for you, right? You want people in your life that are going to support you, that are going to be there for you through good times and tough times. And if you're feeling some type of way where you're feeling closed off instead of expressing yourself, I do encourage you to lean into the vulnerability, express yourself more, be vulnerable, ask for help. And if that relationship, if those people are good for you, you'll see that they are there to support you. They are there to help you overcome those thoughts, those fears, those obstacles, those issues, and you will become stronger from it personally, but also your relationship will be stronger as well. So I encourage you to be vulnerable. I encourage myself to be vulnerable. I remind you to be more vulnerable as well as myself. And I hope this video helps you in your relationships with yourself, but also with your romantic partners, with your friends, families, colleagues, whatever. I hope you can lean into being more vulnerable and feel and see the magic happen from that. Anyways, I hope you liked this video. If you did, hit that like button. That would be awesome. Subscribe to the channel too. I put out more videos so you can check them out, but subscribe to the channel to stay up to date for more videos to come. And I hope you like this video. I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.